Also with us, he talks about wanting answers. With us is Chicago Alderman Raymond Lopez, a Democrat who was also running for mayor. I'm not sure if you heard Mr. Krause there, Alderman. Clearly, these families are devastated. And it amazes me because you listen to the news conference, and this does not appear to be an act of rage. It does not appear to be a last straw type of crime. This thing was planned meticulously for weeks. When you heard that, what came to your mind?
You know, Trace, seeing what the carnage that was inflicted on the community of Highland Park, my heart goes out to them. Listening to the previous guest, it pulls at your heartstrings. You'd be less than human if it didn't impact you as well, listening to the story of him trying to shield his children from seeing a body lying next to them. And to know that someone meticulously planned out this event to every detail, even planning on bringing a spare change of clothes so that they can run through the crowd that they had just fired upon to escape, tells you that there's something wrong with our youth and young adults today. Whether it's a mass shooting in a singular event or a slow, steady weekend worth of carnage, as we so often see in the city of Chicago, where this weekend alone, 68 people have been shot, 12 have been killed. You know, we are failing our youth. We are not recognizing the mental health crisis that so many of our young people are dealing with and are boasting about on social media, and not realizing it until it's too late, until they've done something drastic, as we saw in Highland Park this weekend.
You talk about social media, Alderman, and I want to point out that we know the shooter now posted lyrics talking about his destiny, drawings depicting violence. I want to play this soundbite from former FBI agent John Iannarelli and then get your response on the other side.
We're hearing about the videos that he's posted, etc., that social media could take down after the fact. But where is the warning beforehand? Where are the calls to the police? Where's the intervention by family and friends? This is the kind of thing that we see in advance. What are we doing before something tragic happens?
Raymond, where are the warnings? I mean, we patrol the streets. Should we patrol the internet? Should we have a better grasp of what our kids are posting online and the messages they might be trying to send?
Without question, I think we need to help educate parents and community at large to know what the warning signs are for individuals who are having some sort of mental health crisis and who are in distress. As we see after following some of the posts by the shooter this weekend, you know, all of the warning signs were there. We just failed to put the pieces together. And whether that's a local issue or if we need the federal government to start regulating the internet better, to have a better watchdog in place and a reporting mechanisms in place, that's something that we need to incorporate in the conversation. Too often we get into uncivilized arguments about gun ownership, and we're missing the main point that oftentimes all of the keys that we need to recognize what's going to happen are right there in front of us, and we don't act upon them.
And I want to put this up because I know you're running for mayor of Chicago, but, you know, we talk about Highland Park. All the coverage based on Highland Park. In Chicago, over the weekend, we had 51 shooting incidents, right? 68 shooting victims in Chicago, and 8 people were murdered. There were no marches. There were no press conferences. There was no outrage for a single one of those shootings, like what happened in Highland Park. Why not?
Well, I think what we see is the difference between the frog in a boiling water and the frog in water that's getting slowly and steadily warmer. And what happened in Highland Park was horrible, horrific, and tragic. But it was a singular event, and it jolts the system. But in Chicago, weekend after weekend, we've seen where it's just one shooting here, another shooting there, a couple shootings over here, and it just gets lost in the background noise. But you're absolutely correct, Trace. Where was the anger? Where was the outrage? Where was all of the federal resources coming to bear on the city of Chicago the way they've come to bear for Highland Park?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Alderman Lopez, thank you for coming on. We hope your city heals. Thank you for sharing time with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.